everybody, and welcome to Aspects of Design, and that's about interior design. And my name is Karen Sellenraad, and I've been in the interior design business for about 20 years plus. And so I'm pretty good at it. I am NCIDQ certified, which is the National Council for Interior Design Qualification. It's important to know that it's the licensure exam for all 50 states. Not all 50 states have licensure. Michigan used to have licensure. It was called the list, but they keeps getting repealed. Florida does have licensure, and I am licensed for the state of Florida, and it is called, that means I am Florida Registered Interior Designer, number ID 5262, and we're supposed to say that. So I'm also a professional member of ASID, and they also believe in the NCIDQ exam. So anyone who's a professional member status is NCIDQ certified. So that's that. But today's show, we're going to talk about imagery in design. It could be wood, fabrics, all kinds of things. It could be lots of fun to work with. So I'll be showing you examples of fabric, wood pieces, little parts and pieces of things, special items that we just always use in design. And then we'll see some slides, some interior details, and some exterior motifs. And then we'll see the whole thing put together in some interior photographs. So that's our show today. So let's get started. The one thing that I wanted to mention is the importance of imagery that this show today is about. It's for happiness. And imagery can surprise and delight us. And actually the brain needs, it's eye candy, and the human brain, it needs to work. And this is will relieve stress. If it can cause sensory deprivation if the brain doesn't have enough things to see regularly. So your interior should include things that have meaning for you also, and this is also helpful. It should have imagery that is healthy, happy. It gives a sense of belonging and comfort. And some of the best imagery is biophilic imagery, which is nature. Could be plants, flowers, animals, seashells, the sky, fractals of nature. All these help to make our homes more interesting and pleasing, and a place where we can come and be in for enjoyment and comfort and entertain friends and be happy. And so that's why we are doing this show today, because I believe in the imagery. But I've got some samples here, fabrics, some drawings, and some ornamental details. So we'll just start pulling them out. The first thing here is a rug. These are all wool rugs. This is a rug made in India. But you see the nice part about this rug is that it has a really nice strong background, so it's a nice contrast. Some people like high contrast, some people can't live with strong contrast, but it's nice to see the biophilic and the nature, the natural little illustrations and imagery in this rug. This is another one. This is soft colors, because some people need soft colors, but there's also imagery in this rug. There's little flowers everywhere and little designs that look like nature. So that's fun. And I've got this big one here. I'll pull this over here. This is a cool one. This is one of these Tibetan rugs, and it's a wonderful a tiger. So a tiger, boy. But it's fun. It has contrasting colors. It has wonderful imagery, and right away it makes you think, and it makes you feel like wow, you're looking at something exciting. I've got another rug here, and we'll just get this right off the table. Oh, those things can be heavy. This is so soft. This is the prettiest green. This is a lovely little gabe, and this rug is also New Zealand wool. It's made in India, but this gabe has imagery of these little people, and it has animals, and it has little plant types of imagery and flowers, and it's a lovely little gabe. It can be used traditional, contemporary, transitional, just about anywhere. So this is a fun rug to use, and this happens to be really nice and soft. This is a really fun rug to see. So I had to bring that one. And next, we got these fun things. These can be little imagery used. This could be used in. These could be used in architecture. These could be used in interior design. It could be part of furniture. It could be part of fireplace mantles, all kinds of things. So this is a nice little image here. And then we've got another one here. This could be the top of a capital of a pilaster. And this is a tile piece. This shows all the different colorways of this particular tile, and then it comes in different sizes, 2x2s, 4x4s. And there's images of birds and and flowers and bees and pine cones and things in this. So that's a fun thing. Then I've got some more of these things. This is a little acanthus leaf. This could be used vertically, it could be used horizontally, it can be used in a lot of different ways. It's a lot of fun to use. And I've got this little thing. This is all these little pieces and parts that are also architectural features, interior architectural. You can put them with the molding. And then if you paint it nicely, you know, you've got some really exciting things to put around a fireplace, or it could be around the windows, doorways, above doors, all kinds of places. So that's lots of fun to see. This I've used, you can bend this one, and this one can be used around columns. It can be used again, you know, fireplace facade, all kinds of things. This is a nice imagery of trellis patterns. And then I've got this thing here, and this is really pretty. This is little flower pieces. It's taped on so it doesn't start flying all over. But these could be put on a frieze around the room. They could be put in fireplace mantles. They could be put in a lot of different places. And then you've got some wonderful imagery that you can paint over and glaze and do fun, interesting things with. And then I've got this little thing. This could be used on the top of a chair. Could be used just about any place, which is lots of fun. And then I've got this little box. This could be, it's kind of a casual box. It's a soft little finish. And this little box has got carvings all over it. And then if you open it up, we have got, if you can't open it, pine cones inside. Pine cones are great. It's biophilic. It's of nature. You can put different sized pine cones in a basket, in a bowl, sitting on a table someplace, you know. Lots of fun, and it reminds you of nature, which is nice for us all to feel close to nature. It's a very healthy thing to do. So I'm going to move these things over, and I've got some drawings to show you next. So we'll get to that right now, and the drawings are right here. Again, being that we're talking about things that have meaning, I brought this with me. This is a nice little thing that I found at an art fair this summer in Birmingham Art Fair. And this little guy is a dragon, and he carries the golden globe of knowledge. We have a phoenix carrying the grapes of the harvest, which means you've had a successful year in business. And then we have the lotus blossom that blooms even in the mud. And that means that even if you have some bad things happen, something good can come of it, or something good could follow it or come after. So this is a nice, meaningful little thing. A very interesting thing to, you know, if you have art in your home, it's nice if it has meaning to it. And then I've got these. These are little images of things I've made for clients over the years. This is stained glass window designs, and this is a lot of fun to see different colored stained glass window designs. This is a train. I put this in a young kid's bedroom. We had it all around the room. This is a home, just kind of for just a creative, conceptual design of the stern of a ship here. See, so we kind of nicknamed it the Jules Verne home, which is kind of fun, but it's an interesting little composition with a ship's stern in it. This is a fireplace mantle, a little asymmetrical, little whimsical with a monkey in it, and then some geometric shapes. So that was fun. And these are I had made for a client bunching tables for the living room. And then this is also something that we have had done for clients, or I've had done. This is designed for a desk, and these are a couple of choices. This is sort of interesting shapes of geometric shapes, and this is sort of interesting nicked shapes taken from nature. So you've got leaves and things in this one. So that's kind of fun. This is a cabinet that we had made for a client with hand-painted flowers all over it, which makes it meaningful for this client. It was very enjoyable for her. This is a library, so you got bookcases here, and then even in the middle, it's traditional, but it could go in lots of different places, but you get an idea that these images are exciting, they're fun. The shells, cockle shells, and then the volutes are of, you know, acanthus leaves and all kinds of interesting, nice geometric shapes, and shapes that sort of emit the feelings of nature in them. And then here we've got some more interesting, just some quick sketches for things that could be fun for people. This was for, sort of got nicknamed at the Ottoman sofa with a round cushion in the back with floral motifs in the middle of it. And we got cocktail tables and little end tables here. And then lastly, we got this little fireplace, which is field stones. And then these could be made of limestone. So you've got a lot of different images that could be made of limestone and things that you could use for the for different parts of your home to give it more interest. So that's it for the drawings and such. Next, we're going to start the slides. So the slides should be lots of fun. I've got quite a few slides here to show you, and we'll just get going with the slides. This is a tow lamp, and a tow lamp is important because it's typically it's Oriental or Asian now they call them. And the tow lamp is nice because it gives you imagery. You see people on it, and you see trees, and you see that there's something going on besides just it being a lamp. And so the next slide shows a Dutch grandfather clock. The Dutch grandfather clock is nice. This shows the moon moving around the top of the clock. And then all the imagery in the four corners, there's all these leafy things and flowers, and then the lacy part of the hands of the clocks. And then you get the Solomonic columns on both sides on the outside of the clock, and then this little crown at the above, which is also a canthus leaf in curling leaves. So that's a nice piece. And then the next slide shows the Indonesian table. And this is a heck of a lot of fun. You've got people in there, and you've got bridges, and you've got walkways, and you've got plants and trees, and probably some coconuts in there. And the next slide shows a Chinese Chippendale settee, and I'm sorry this didn't come out as clear as I was hoping, but this was a Chinese Chippendale that has trellis patterns, and it has leaves, and it has flowers, and it has all these nice little motifs that give it this biophilic feel. And then the fabric also has leaves in it. And then the next one, we have a Persian lantern. And so the Persian gives it a little sense of exotic, but we've got the leaves and the icicles and some sparkle, which gives it a little bit more of a festive feel to it. Next, we've got a slide of a Guillermo Silva piece of art, and this is a fun one. You got creatures jumping out of the water, people flying and finding jalopies in the air. The people in the boat are all smiley. It's a wonderful little piece of art. The next slide, we show a vase of high relief. This is daffodils, so this is a wonderful little vase to enhance somebody's room and add meaning to it. The next, we've got a Chinese wedding cabinet. Now we call that because the swallowtail butterfly symbolizes a marital bliss in China. So this is a happy cabinet for any nice couple that's so happily married. So that's a nice piece. Next, we have a reindeer lamp, and the reindeer lamp is nice. Of course, everybody loves reindeer all times of the year, especially December. But this little table that it sits on also has abalone inlay, so there's a little bit more of an additional interesting treat for the eye. Next, we have a settee that is a little bit more neutral in tone, but the legs have a turned leg, which is very nice. It gives it another little twist to it, no pun intended. But yeah, it's kind of a nice little detail. And in the back is a mural, so that's lots of fun. And then we have an Lyle Sarnan building, and this building has people in it, and it has leaves, and it has flowers, and it has this and that, and and they're painted, a wonderful example of motifs. Then we have a Tiffany lamp in a box, and the Tiffany lamp is all carefully hand-painted inside, so that's fun to see. Then we have a hand-painted cabinet from an antique store, and also next to it is a little bit of a food dog there, so he's kind of fun. And then next we have a swan chair, which is the Art Deco swan chair, and it's so lovely to see the swan's head, and it's very enjoyable to have that in your room, it could be. Kids love that stuff, so do adults. They don't always admit it, but they like to see these things. Next we have the clock and art, all the pretty little details on these clocks, and a lot of it is biophilic and references to nature, and boy, it's just enjoyable to see. And the next thing we've got, one of my favorite things, is an empire table with a dolphin, a little dolphin table they call this, and he's in gold gilt, and this is a lovely little table for just about anywhere. And the next slide, we're going to go to Europe here. This is in Prague. We got a horseman going after a dragon here, but all the motifs and the rosettes and all the pretty details, it's all has to do with nature. The next slide shows the building facade with so many wonderful details. It just, you can sit there and stare at this one and pick out all the little flowers and all the scrolling patterns that are all references to nature and are fun to see. The next one we have is a gate, and the gate has these golden leaves, which is nice. And then we've got an eagle is the next one that we've got, and that is a lot of fun too. We've got American eagles, but this eagle, of course, is in Prague, and he's in a different position, but he's still a beautiful eagle. And the next one we have a stern of a ship, which is kind of like the idea that I had here with drawing it. But this one is a little different. It has people in it, and it has different colors and all kinds of things. And then if we can stop the slides for 1 minute, we'll get back to it. I would like to show some fabrics, which I'd forgotten to show. But nevertheless, we'll pull them out. And this is a bit of that mural that you saw earlier. And this is the mural of different types of birds. It's called the Japanese cranes, this one here. Then we've got another wallpaper here and some more things. This one is Lee Jaffa. This is a lovely kind of a batik looking thing, kind of ethnic looking. And then we've got this one with flowers. And this is, I love to bring this to show you because it had such beautiful colors in it. And a lot of things you can do with this with flowers of all these different colors. And these are colors that make most people happy. So this is a nice one to use for an example. Then I have got these fabrics here, which are more of these tiger images. So we've got it in blue and lime green, and we've got it in orange and green, and then we've got it in bronze and green, and they're stuck together. And here we go, bronze and green. Here he is. And then we've got monkeys. Monkeys, those are lots of fun. And this is a geometric, but the geometric is nice because it's a nice velvety, soft geometric, and it's very distinctive. You could put this in so many places. It would be great fun to see someplace. And then I've got this thing. This is more modern, but it has deer racing across it with trees and so forth. So this is a lot of fun. And here's a little face of the little deer that's over here. And then we've got, I like to show this. This is Dutch Delft, or it looks like Dutch Delft, and it's called Delft, this one here. So it's kind of a nice one. And this is a Art Deco fabric. When you see it in a big piece, it's so pretty. But yeah, I've got smaller pieces of it here, but it's still a lovely piece of imagery of all kinds of shapes and Art Deco patterns. This is a embroidery with birds and flowers and all kinds of things. This could be used in so many different types of rooms. Here we have a flower motif, which could be used in a family room or a living room. We've got part of it here, and the next part of it is right here. And it's a 36-inch repeat on this, so the flower, again, is way up somewhere else, but it gives you some nice, beautiful drama for a beautiful room. Here we've got some contrasting colors again, the black in different colors. And this is one of these nice new sun-drenched reds here that they're showing now. And animals on it, and creatures on it, dragonflies and flowers and all kinds of wonderful things on that one. This one's a little bit more of a formal affair. This has got flowers with stripes. And then here we've got grapes and leaves and blues, and here are the grapes and leaves in a different colorway. So that's lots of fun. And then this is a nice happy colorway. Yellow is a great color. They say if you put it by your entrance, you'll sell your house faster. You got your house up for sale. But this is a wonderful fabric, and yellow is always cheerful. It has creatures in it, it has birds and flowers and everything. A great fabric to use. This one is another one, lots of fun contrasts, but pretty colors that appeal to everybody. So let's go back to our slides again, and I believe we're back onto a slide where we've got some glass doors going on, and sure enough, there they are. So this is the doors to a library office setting, and in this area we've got the books and desks, but we got the birds and flowers, and gosh, you see them every time you walk in the front door. It's nice and glamorous, and and the light hits it and it kind of glimmers. It's a nice way to bring motifs into a home. Next slide, we've got pineapple wall sconces, and I like this because pineapples, if you are a symbol of a welcoming. And when I was working in Florida, a lot of times they like to use pineapples, especially for spec homes and things, because it has a way of welcoming people into the home. The next one, we've got a living room with so many little things. The camouflage fabric on the sofa as references to nature, floral patterns on the chairs, and the chairs carving is flowers to Kansas leaves. And then we've got that clock with the imagery on it, and we got the big Rococo mirror with the cockle shells and beautiful scrolling leaves and things. So this is a lot of fun, this room, a lot of combinations of contemporary and traditional that works beautifully. Next slide, we've got a villa. This is in Venice, Florida. And the column is not blue. My camera did that for some reason. But the lambrequins around the window are what's so important about this, because we took the colors from the painting and we worked it into the room, and so we have seashells that have references to the local area. So that's a lot of fun for this homeowner. The next one is also Florida. The rug was a big deal here with botanical images all over the rug, and so that's a lot of fun. And the next slide is here back in Michigan. This is the Von Werner Estates Poolside Cabana. This was a show house, but the rug is so pretty. That needlepoint rug just has beautiful flowers in it that are very clearly imaged, or is, you know, stitched in the rug. I don't know how they did that, but they wove it beautifully. And then the ceiling also has a sunset on it, so that's a fun area. The next slide shows a master bedroom, and this has got a fabric that looks at first glance like a checkerboard fabric, but if you look at all the little imagery in each of those little square black boxes, it's fascinating, and so the homeowner loved this fabric. And then the next slide is Design Live at the Michigan Design Center. We got all kinds of imagery here. The wool rug is a Lacey champion, and nobody died to be the rug. We've got a Gobo Star Spotlight shining onto the Bruton sofa. We've got a Richard Jersey painting. We have, I painted little Aztec creatures all around it, like sort of cut out the fabric. It's kind of a rows and rows of fabrics, like a shadow box effect, this room. But that's a lot of fun. It was full of imagery, this room. The next slide shows imagery that we put in a big entry hall. You see the bouquet of flowers on a stand by the window, and then along the wall, these just big giant rosettes. And then the next slide shows inside the room, we enhanced the fireplace and all kinds of areas of this room. But this, you see the dolphins, and at the bottom and the mantle, you see also more dolphins and little cherubs tooting little horns. But the art still stands out on this kind of a mantle. The next slide, we've got this is more French furniture. You got the French Empire chairs with dolphins on them. We got the cocktail table with the Rococo leg, and we got the custom-made. I designed these cabinets here for them with big seashells at the top, or they call them cockle shells. They're not particularly referenced as seashells for Rococo periods, but there are different nature references all over these cabinets. And then, of course, you've got the flowers above the fireplace mantle, so that's a lovely room. And the next slide shows the other side of the room with, again, you see the Rococo cocktail table. And then you see the sofas with their interesting sort of soft fabric patterns that are sort of nature inspired, and then there's stars in the carpeting. So that's a lot of fun, this room. And then the next slide is a room that I ordered, sort of, we call it naked. We ordered with unfinished and it finished locally, but it has the apron on the table and the legs have these reeded images. And we've got flowers in the chair seats, flowers in the area rug, the wreath on the wall, and then the lamp, the chandelier, also has all this imagery of flowers and more things. And these things are all together tastefully done so that the people are happy and they really have fun in this room. So I believe, is that the last one? I think that is the last one. So that kind of does it for this show for today. And let's see where we are here in our list here. Yes, it finishes everything up. And so what we discussed today was the imagery in design. It could be wood, fabric, etc. It's important for people to live with things that make them feel close to nature and close to our Creator. So that was the show today. Hope you enjoyed our show. And next time we're going to talk about draperies, the fun and the importance of them. So hope you'll join us again. And in the meantime, my name is Karen Sellenraad, and this show has been called The Aspects of Design. And so I'm glad you could come, glad you could make it. Hope you have a great day. And I want to wish you a happy new year. So thank you. Thank you.